He's hurt that bad?
Yeah, I think he. I mean, it just doesn't look right. Something's up with that team. I don't know what's going on. I don't like it. And they're saying, I know Cam's saying be patient, but I don't think he's all the way. He's missing throws that by 5 or 6 yards.
Not having Greg Olsen is just such a dagger. When I talk about the Carolina Panthers, Cam or not, that I had to go with the Patriots as well to win the game. I don't want them to win. I want the Panthers to win and Cam, but like they look a bit discombobulated without Greg Olsen.
Yeah, I think. I mean, yeah, Olsen is okay. I mean, Dixon is straight, but they have new options. They have a Curtis Samuel. They have a Christian McCaffrey. This is the most options Cam has ever had. And with him being, he has a deep threat. He still has Kelvin. Is Kelvin Benjamin playing?
I don't know. What happened to Kelvin last week?
He's not even on the injury report. He's playing.
Oh,
yeah.
Look like a bad knee injury.
So he had. I mean, it's on Cam actually. So if Cam is hurt, I think he, and of course him being a leader of that team. Well, we had questions about Cam. Those questions about that injury and the surgery lingered way too long into the season. I'm starting to feel like it's more of an Andrew Luck situation.
Right. Well, we'll see how that happens. I got the Patriots. Deuce got the Patriots in that one, so we'll see how that one happens. The Lions and the Vikings.
Woo!
Now, I personally, these are two teams that are probably playing how we expected them to play. Maybe playing better than we expected them to play. No Sam Bradford tomorrow, likely not going to play. But Case Keenum, where'd he come from? Shouts to the person that wanted the money that put Case Keenum in their daily fantasy last week.
Right.
And Mercedes Lewis, you deserve it, partner.
Right.
I'm going to go with the Vikings because you're going to Minnesota. The Vikings are at home. They're saying Dalvin Cook is going to get a remarkable running back workload. So I like him. He's proved to be a good NFL running back so far. Not a bust so far. Stephon Diggs, where did he come back from? He's back.
Right.
Adam Thielen is quiet. Everybody thought Adam Thielen, and now it's like Stephon Diggs. It's not even Kyle Rudolph. It's Stephon Diggs.
Yeah. No, I like. I've always had taken a liking to the Vikings defense. The overall speed. They've got good corners. They got a good defensive line. Linebackers are fast, and they got one of the best safeties in the game over the top. So I think. But what I don't like about the Vikings is their offensive line, 1, and 2, the quarterback. Keenan's going to have to prove it to me, and I think Stafford's going to come in with a chip on his shoulder, feeling like they let an opportunity to get away last week against the Falcons. Mm-hmm. So give me the Lions on the road, and I think it'll be the return of the Kenny Galladay show tomorrow.
Okay, there you have it. Tomorrow's going down, the Lions and the Vikings. One of the most sought after games of tomorrow. The Bills and the Falcons. Two teams that don't see each other often. Don't even know the last time they've seen each other.
Yep. It's been a long time since I've seen the Bills play the Falcons. I think the last time I saw them actually play may have been like 96, 95 when Anthony Phillips had a really bad broken leg injury that was shown on live TV. I was a kid. But, been a long time. And tomorrow I look for the Bills to try to take the air out of the ball, but I think the Falcons are just a little bit too high-powered. But I don't think it'll be a blowout like a lot of people are expecting.
Yeah, I think.
But give me the Falcons.
Give me the Falcons as well. I just don't. I don't see how in Mercedes-Benz Stadium. I don't know how the Bills are going to be able to maintain. It's going to be rocking. It's going to be loud. The stadium is still new and fresh to the city.
Man, hey, have you been down there?
I have not.
Man, it is incredible,
yeah,
bro.
I've heard. Man, I really want to go for a soccer game too.
Oh, yeah, they're going to the playoffs, man. I might try to grab one. Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. But, yeah, man, shout out to Arthur Blank, man, because one thing I will say is he's done everything he said he was going to do.
Yeah.
Like, straight up, man, one of the coolest and most innovative owners in the league, and he did something really good with the Falcons. I know there was a lot of trash talking when the Falcons tore down the dome, and they said they moved the church, and, the Falcons had the curse of the church, and the next year we go to the Super Bowl. Mm-hmm. And this year I think it's time for us to go ahead and close the deal out and bring Atlanta a championship.
Tomorrow, the Boring Bowl goes down with the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Baltimore Ravens. It's going to be so boring, man.
Man, I don't know what's up with the Steelers. Man, you know what? Give me the Ravens on the strength of them being.
You going to take the Ravens?
Yeah, give me the Ravens, man. Straight up. Man, the Steelers, I don't get them. Like, I do not get the Steelers. You got all that firepower. And one, they got discord in the locker room. So you got to think. Do you know how much tension is probably going on in the locker room when the guy? So last week, when the whole team stays in the hallway or whatever it is, and they don't come out onto the field.
Right.
Okay, then Roethlisberger comes out and says, "I wish." And Villanueva, by mistake, is out there by himself.
Yeah.
Villanueva said, "I didn't mean to leave my team. That was an accident." Okay. Roethlisberger says, "I wish I would have went."
You know, it's time for the Steelers. I mean, politically, what went on, that kind of just shows that the team is not all the way together. It kind of started in the offseason with Lev Bell. You know, he doesn't look as motivated to play football as he generally does.
Yeah, it's man, there's something going on up there.
It's a divided team, and I am going to choose the Steelers to win that game. But I think it's time, man. I think it's time you look to replace Roethlisberger, who's somebody who was talking about retiring, so you know where his head is. Yeah, man.
And then I mean, you think about it, like for him to come out and say, "I wish I would have been out there," like, okay, we get it. You're entitled to your opinion, but you're the quarterback of that team, and you know how adamant. And that team has some very, very vibrant and eclectic and aggressive personalities. So you got a Le'Veon Bell who raps in the offseason. He speaks his mind about everything. You got to have Antonio Brown. You know, these guys are who are making you successful, because we know that Ben Roethlisberger has been a good quarterback, but we know the past couple of years he's just been throwing the ball out, and these guys have been making plays for him. So when I just feel like mentally, and I don't think they have that cohesion. And then you got a black coach.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really weird up there right now. And until they show me different, I'm not going anything with the Steelers, especially when we know how horrible Ben Roethlisberger has been on the road in the last 2 years.
Yeah. Well, the Ravens are a pretty bad team so far themselves. I mean, they really embarrassed themselves last Sunday. So,
but how many games have they lost?
1 and 2.
They lost 2 games?
1 and 2. Can we confirm with Joe?
I'm checking the standings right now. The Ravens are 2-1.
They're 2-1?
Yeah, that was their first loss, and they went
really?
overseas. Yeah, the Ravens.
I thought the Woodhead game. Who did they play?
They won.
They won that game?
Yeah, they're 2-1. No, if they win this game, they'll be 3-1. I think the Ravens will be all right.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow.
In that division, really, you look at that's probably the worst division in football. So, because the Ravens are leading that division, they're 2-1. I think the Steelers are 1-2.
Yeah.
And you got
the Steelers are also 2-1.
Okay, the Steelers are 2-1. All right, so this is a battle for the division. That's not saying a whole lot.
No, it's not.
And then you got the Bengals and the Browns in the same division.
We didn't expect much from that division. We expected the Steelers to run with it. That's what we expected.
I expected the Bengals to be better, to be honest.
Really?
I expected them to put it together. Like I thought with Mixon and Ross.
Well, here we go. We're talking about the
Green.
The Bengals and the Browns anyway. They play tomorrow in Cleveland. I'm probably not going to watch this game. I just don't. It's just sad, man. The Bengals should be better.
Right.
How the whole team is just orchestrated is just sad. It's like you feel bad for AJ Green. I mean, Joe Mixon's got his whole career ahead of him, but look at the upside of the team. Like you might make the playoffs, but you guys aren't playing for a championship. And you got enough pieces when healthy to play for a championship.
Yeah.
On both sides of the ball.
Yeah, something going on with the Bengals. Like always, I think their best shot at it was the year that they got into that slugfest with Pittsburgh.
Yep, that was the year.
That was their best shot at it. So outside of that, I don't think they have. I was expecting more. I was expecting a bounce back year, but Andy Dalton doesn't look right.
Are the Browns 0-3?
Of course.
Yeah.
They win tomorrow. They win.
Yeah, I really like DeShone Kizer's future. For him being coming in day one, being a guy. Mm-hmm. He hasn't. If he can cut down on the turnovers, he's throwing way too many interceptions. But
the message to the wise of the people: don't go like the Browns did some great things, I think, in the draft and in the offseason. Don't go spend money on Kenny Britt. Don't do it. Yeah. This is the worst investment. Like go buy stock in some. Like it was just the worst investment.
Yeah, Kenny Britt. I mean,
I looked at his stats and I couldn't believe it. Foolish on me in one of my leagues to draft him before the 17th round, and there is no 17th round.
I mean, Kenny Britt won me some money last year. I mean, so he had a career year with the Rams.
The Rams when they had nobody else to throw it to other than Tavon Austin.
And so it was supposed to be a similar situation in the Browns. Like who else do they have?
I guess you kind of look at it like Terrell Pryor has an all the way amounted with the Redskins yet, but at least he has some stats worth mentioning. Kenny Britt has like nothing going on.
Yeah,
They're not even throwing the ball his way, which is like, why'd you pay him all this money to not really throw the ball to him?
I think he did okay last week. For the first time, I think he caught his first touchdown as a Browns receiver.
Okay.
Matter of fact, let me.
That'll get you to the Super Bowl.
I'm pretty sure he did not.
All right, I don't remember that. I missed that part.
Actually, last week he had 3 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown. So if you would have had him in your, if I would have had him in my lineup, he would
Kenny
have
Britt had a touchdown last week?
Yes, he had
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean,
All right.
yeah, I've been keeping up with it because
Pick him up out the waiver, man. Put him in your team.
actually, he wouldn't have been a bad one for last week. I don't think so. Let's be clear. Kenny Britt isn't a terrible receiver. Kenny Britt last year was playing; they had nobody else to throw it to, and he's really can't. If he can develop any kind of rapport with Deshaun Kaiser, I could see him putting up 1,000 yards easily. I mean, he's got the physical tools. I mean, first round pick out of Rutgers some years back. I mean, he's never been just a slouch, but he's never really just shown that game breaking ability. So I think if you had to have a receiver and in a favorable matchup, Kenny Britt is not going to go out there and blow the world up. You're not going to see 300 yards with Kenny Britt, but he can catch the ball. Shit, and they got nobody. Who else they going to throw it to?
Man, I'm gonna tell you like this, and it is what it is. If he won't. If Josh Gordon came back tomorrow, Kenny Britt would probably get released.
No way possible.
Or very downgraded, demoted.
I mean,
Josh Gordon's not coming back, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, but Josh Gordon would get a lot of people released. Josh Gordon probably, if he came back tomorrow, he's a top 5 receiver in the league. Period. I mean, that was a kind of a fair comparison. Now think about this: how much better is Terrell Pryor than Kenny Britt?
I think he's better just for the fact that he could play 2 positions. He's more flexible.
I
think he works better.
What other position can he play?
He play quarterback.
How? For who?
It.
Kenny Britt can too, just as good as he can.
He has a touchdown.
Kenny Britt does.
No. Terrell Pryor has a quarterback touchdown.
This season?
Last season.
Dontari Poe has a quarterback touchdown. That don't make him a goddamn quarterback.
We're talking about Terrell Pryor and Kenny Britt.
Yeah, you said he can play 2 positions.
And the fact that they missed Terrell Pryor, they know they do.
As the resident Browns fan, I'd much rather have Terrell Pryor.
Much rather have Terrell Pryor.
Close.
Not even close.
I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, as far as it comes down to it, how much better is Terrell? I mean, let's think about it. How much better is he now? Now we saw 1 year of Terrell Pryor getting all the target share for the Browns. 1 year.
So I'm not going to blame both of the players as much as I blame the system. I just feel like Kenny Britt should be wherever he is, maybe in Washington, and Terrell Pryor should still be at the Browns.
I can see that.
It makes more sense. Maybe financially it didn't make sense.
I just can't feel like Terrell Pryor.
Are we talking about who is a better football player, Terrell Pryor or Kenny Britt?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll let Joe research that and come back to that.
All
right, we'll get back to that.
I don't know where he's going to research it at. My opinion.
Metrics are used.
Stats.
They had the same season last year, basically.
That's what I'm saying. They had
statistical season?
Yeah.
Essentially, Kenny Britt had 68 catches, 1,002 yards, and 5 touchdowns.
Okay.
Terrell Pryor had 77 catches for 1,007 yards, 4 touchdowns. Yards per catch was about the same.
But he threw for some touchdowns too.
What touchdowns does he throw for? What the hell are you talking about?
He threw for like 2 or 3 touchdowowns. I had him in fantasy. That's all I wanted.
He threw for 3 touchdowns as a quarterback?
Yes.
He played quarterback last year.
Did he play quarterback?
Okay, I mean, he didn't really play quarterback. They lined him up.
They would line him up as quarterback.
But they did the same thing with Dontari Poe.
We're not talking about Dontari Poe. We're talking about Kenny Britt. We're talking about
so
Kenny
like
Britt.
He can play
We're talking about Kenny Britt.
Okay, I tell you what. Why is
Terrell Pryor?
Okay, so if Terrell Pryor was one of the winningest college quarterbacks in history,
right?
Why is he not playing in the league if he's such a good quarterback?
We didn't say he was a good quarterback. I said he's a more valuable football player to an organization.
Oh, because he can be an emergency quarterback. And
that
makes him better than Kenny Britt.
Or you can line him up as a quarterback.
Okay, is he a better receiver than Kenny Britt?
I think so.
Okay, based on what?
I just think so.
I mean, so does he run better routes than Kenny Britt? Does he have better hands than Kenny Britt?
I think he does have better hands.
Okay, based on what?
Kenny Britt has a lot of drops.
Pryor does too.
Research that.
Yeah, research. I think you're just talking off the top of your head now because we're talking about looking at football. A guy who's been bred to be a receiver since the time he was 10 or 11 years old versus a guy who's been bred to be a quarterback. And I'm not saying that you can't flip those roles, but I don't think being a technical receiver, there's things that Kenny Britt is going to do that Terrell Pryor just can't. Now, Terrell Pryor may be a better athlete.
One of the second year, right?
What?
Second year? He's
in
a second year receiver. Third year?
No, this is a 60, 70.
Oh, wow. He's a rookie to me last year.
Yeah, exactly, because he's been bouncing around the league trying to play quarterback,